So, accounts are almost blown. Accounts are almost blown. As you guys can see, we have about like $700 left. Have about $700 left before our accounts are blown. It's been a journey. It's been, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about, why I wasn't able to see profitability on this run. I learned a lot. I learned that, I'm not a bad trader. I've learned that I get in my own way. I know what I'm doing, as in, like, I know how to trade. As in, I know how to trade. It's just, like, I got in my own way. Very first day, I closed early before, actually hitting my target and stuff like that. Before it actually took me out at break even, I closed early. That trade ended up being a 3-hour winner that I didn't catch on the very first day. So, it's just been a rough ride. Why isn't my things up here, bro? I don't have time for this. Why aren't my... I can't figure out why my little buttons aren't here, bro. Like my favorites and stuff. But either way, that's been the reasoning why, everything's gone. Now, obviously, we're going to try to pull this out of drawdown, but, we took a break from the markets. We had to, just for mental purposes, and it's the only thing that makes sense for us to do. So, it's been real. It's been real, and I've enjoyed every single bit of it. I've learned valuable lessons about how to continue to move forward. I have this whiteboard right in front of my face now that says #robot mindlessly follow my fucking strategy. So, that's all we can do for now because we've been, like I said, getting in our own way, affecting our own trades. So that's what we're doing today. So we're going to be watching all of our trades and stuff on a 15-minute time frame after entry. After our entry. So, we have a new week opening gap here. We have NWOG. So our previous day's low right there. No SMT there. Got these 10 a.m. highs. Some little bit of buy side, and then, some other stacked highs up here, blah, blah, whatever. Drop down to the 1 hour chart. Turn on our session indicator. Turn on the session indicator. See, we just swept London highs right here. London highs, just took those out. Alright, let's market open right there. Just took out London highs, have this 1 hour that we inversed, been swept London lows, so now there's just, other than this fair value gap we have resting up here, there's just seems like a pretty simple, potential continuation higher, but we're not going to have any expectations. We're just going to, see how the market wants to react. Have this hourly gap that's resting up here. It can be a good target for NQ maybe. Not really thinking about too much here, honestly. Just, looking at whatever the market gives us. No SMT above, so you have this 15-minute resting there. So we're going to go ahead and turn off these session indicators. Give us everything we need. And I'll just tell you guys what I'm looking for, and then I'll come back to you guys whenever we're looking to take our first setup. So we have the entry of this 15-minute gap right here. Possibly going to be looking for, NQ already done it. NQ already did it. So right now we have SMT at this 15-minute gap. We're going to wait for, sorry, bro, I don't know what's going on. Have a lot of trendline liquidity lower. We're just going to wait for NQ to make some sort of structure. Wait for NQ to make like a first presented fair value gap, and then just see how we react off of that. I also have some pretty nice stack lows down here as well, but just no real area for me to take these shorts yet. I don't want to take shorts inside of this 15-minute gap. So we're drawing towards a 15-minute gap. So I'll come back to you guys whenever we take our first setup. All right, so starting to set up. About 120 left on this. Probably have a 5-minute gap. Let me check if we have this 5-minute gap. Don't want to make the same mistake we did the other day. Being stupid, missed out on a huge win on 8K. We're just simply gonna mindlessly follow the strategy. We have a 1-minute gap coming out of this 4-minute, going down, into this 15. So we'll see what happens in the next 1 minute. Looks like we're respecting this 1-minute gap here. Definitely respecting that 1-minute gap. 30 seconds left on this. If we do somehow get a crazy push up from here, we'll probably be buying like 3. Be buying 2. Yeah, we'll just be market buying 2. But we're in this 1-minute gap right here after tapping into this 4-minute gap. So if we inverse this 1 minute with some volume, because we do have a lot of low resistance draws lower, but we also have low resistance draws higher as well. It's just about where does price want to go short term. And we also have this 15-minute gap on ES, which we could see get hit here. So I feel like if we were going to be bullish, we definitely should have seen a reaction out of that. Definitely should have seen a reaction out of that. And I love the displacement we're getting throughout here. Really gonna have to go 1 here? Nah. We're just gonna sell 2 here on this pullback.
Order filled.
Sell 2 on that pullback. I'm gonna sell, so I need to buy. Just make sure stop loss placement, everything is correct. Yeah, everything looks good. Seems like we're completely disrespecting this. We have, these low resistance draws here. This 5 minute. No fair value gap stopping us as we get here. So break even point will basically be, once ES taps this 15-minute draw, this 15-minute gap, and then if we tap it, and then next our break even point will be here at this low. Overall, I mean, I'm happy with the setup. It just doesn't. This looks like we're just gonna be disrespecting and then respecting PD raise. So a record-setting quickest loss ever. Record-setting. Yeah, record right here. ES isn't gonna hit that 15-minute. ES just isn't gonna hit that 15-minute. Overall, though, I'm not. Overall, I mean, I'm happy with the setup. Like, tapped into that 4-minute gap, disrespected, inverse that one. We had a nice draw lower, so I'm happy with it. It's just unfortunate that, we're immediately going to start chopping. So it's unfortunate. We get immediate chop when we enter, and then we chop right past everything. Chop right past everything we were hoping that would be a protected high. Bro, I have so many alarms, bro.
Stop field.
Chopping past everything that was targeting to be a protected high. And just inverse that 4-minute gap after sweeping that internal low. I do think there's a chance we go higher here. I think it's a high probability we go higher.
Order filled.
Alright, we're getting long. One con there. Stop loss at the ass end of this candle right here. We're going to buy, so we need to sell. Stop loss at the ass end of that candle. And then we just pray we can finally catch a win. And it shouldn't even be like this, but, I've made so many mistakes and stuff that at this point I don't even feel as if I would deserve a win. I've made so many poor mistakes, man. So many poor mistakes. We're gonna buy, so we need to sell. Yeah, I just made so many mistakes this entire run. I'm about to go break even here. We're going break even after we take these highs. But I've just made so many mistakes, guys. It's been not difficult to not make mistakes, but like these mistakes are just coming like natural to me, bro. It's like I can't even stop myself from making a mistake, which is insane to say. That's genuinely how it is. It's like, all right, we're going break even there. It's like I make a mistake, bro, and then at the time it'll sound like a good idea, and then after I lose the trade, I always review my trades, and I'll be like, why the fuck did I do that? That's not even, I'm not supposed to do that. That's never something I've done before. Why did I do that? And that's just kind of how it's been, man. So it's been very difficult, and obviously I wasn't able to catch myself before we came crashing and burning, but you know sadly, and now it's too late to stop ourselves. But I will say, us having this amount of funding has been an eye opener for us. It's been a great eye opener. We've been able to understand what our real problem is. Our real problem isn't our strategy. Our real problem isn't anything. It's literally just us. It's just me. It's just me. Me micromanaging my trades, trying to avoid losses, greed in some instances. With the greed aspect of it, I would move my take profit. Um, and then I have my take profit at certain areas for a reason, and I would tend to move those. So it's just stuff like that, man. It's I've had a rough go at it, and I put this on myself. I don't blame anybody but myself. Obviously, the markets have nothing to do with my shortcomings. This has all been my fault, my issues that I've had to deal with, and that I'll continue to have to deal with. But see, look, I'm going on tilt now because at this point I think the overall draw is up here. But like, how often do you catch a 4R? You know what I'm saying? But I don't wanna get us out at this 1 hour gap. But we're definitely at break even now. But took those equal highs right there. So whatever. I think this is just our best option. Just to you spend like 3K on these accounts. Spend like 3,000 on all of these activation fees, purchasing them. So I'm definitely not in favor of the idea of blowing them. So we'll just take the risk down, and maybe one day this year, we'll pull these accounts out of drawdown. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so like I said, guys, I have money to throw into a personal account, which is what we are going to be doing, and have money to throw into this personal account, and we're just going to follow our hashtag we got up here, hashtag robot. We're just gonna follow it mindlessly, because if we would have done that, we would have been half the way to a payout right now. But sadly, we're bots, bro. And we're bots not in the good term, but we're bots in the bad term. So we're gonna really be a robot here soon. You know what I'm saying? We got this personal account cooking up, working in the works right now. It doesn't make sense for me to start off with a pretty high number, because we obviously can't handle that. So we're going to start off small, and if we start off small, then it shouldn't be any issue for us to continue to grow our account. So yeah. Yeah. 2026 was supposed to be 2026 was supposed to be our year. There's still a lot of time that we have, but we obviously have a lot of building personally to do. Now, obviously, if I would have, started this challenge in December, we would have been at that payout already, because December was just perfect. But, every month, obviously, as we can tell, and as all traders know, are not going to be perfect months. You have to be willing to accept the hard months, willing to accept the losing months, willing to accept the break-even months. And for the most part, this is a pretty decent month. It's an okay month. But for longevity purposes, I have to be able to thrive in all market conditions, whether I'm losing, whether I'm breaking even, whatever the case may be. And it's very clear and it's very obvious that when we're having a back and forth month, that I'm not going to be perfect. And I need to be perfect. There's something, I know what I need to change, and it needs to happen. I just need to TTP. Really just need to trust the process. Really just need to trust the process and begin focusing on something that really matters. And stuff that really matters, man, because I've been really bad at everything. And I'm so disappointed in myself, honestly. Like, I really am. Like, as a day trader, how long I've been doing this? I've been doing this for too long for me to make these mistakes, bro. It's so I thought. You know what I'm saying? I never had somewhere where it really where it affected me, where it mattered. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, all right, bro, you're here now and you're still making these mistakes. What are you going to do to fix it? So, I don't know, man. And if anybody's wondering what I'm doing with this position, I don't think this hourly fair value gap is really any sort of drawn liquidity, honestly. So I think we do have stacked highs up here. We had equal highs right here. I think overall the drawn liquidity is going to be up here. So let's look on the ES though. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from getting here unless we start rejecting this fair value gap. But I don't think the overall draw for NQ is this 1 hour gap. So that's why we're holding. And I've decided, I'm going to start watching these positions on the 15-minute time frame, because just to simply help us out with, not moving, just take profit, not just getting horny and greedy for some sort of quick move, because on the 15-minute time frame the candles print different. So obviously I need some sort of like help. I need help, bro. Obviously I need some sort of help, man, because I can't handle, there's a lot of things I can't handle. So, but if we do start rejecting this 1 hour gap, we have our 1 minute time frame pulled up here. So if we start rejecting this 1 hour gap, then we're just gonna close out. And, I'll be happy with my trade, because initially we walked away on a loss. So if we walk away on a dub, that's great, right? You broke my heart. You broke my heart. Bruh, and freaking Cash App sent me like $10 in Bitcoin, bro. Like, I don't know why they just sent me $10 in Bitcoin. It was weird. I was like, yo, preach. So about that story, shouted in the text nigga 8 in the morning talking about. So about that story, like, bro. Come on, man. I don't feel like doing all that texting John right now, bro. Just let me be, let me chill, let me vibe out, let me vibe out. You broke my heart. Mm-hmm. And you guys want to know something crazy too? Back when I traded, like like a high R strategy, I would have take profits, and I would be targeting overall 4-1. After take profit 1 got hit, move stops to break even, take profit 2, take more profit, and then continue to do that as we go in our favor. Now, since I'm thinking about it, I couldn't do that efficiently either. I couldn't hold my trade, I couldn't take profit, and I couldn't just leave the stop. I never messed with the stop loss, but it was just always came down to just greed or money hungry. You know what I'm saying? I remember take profit 1 would get hit, and then take profit 2 would be like mad far away, and I'm like, well, dang, I don't want to only take 25-30% of this position and then take profit, and then I go back to break even. Now I just saw like $2,000 in my account, but I don't get to keep it, and then I would close early. Okay, yeah, I book a 2K win for the day, but then price continued to run down, and I miss out on like $5,000. So it's like stuff like that I've been doing, bro. I've been doing this stuff. So honestly, fellas, I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely tired of it. I'm burnt out of doing dumb shit. I'm tired of doing dumb shit. Dumb shit isn't fun to do because you have to fucking pay for it. I'm tired of it. Tired of paying for doing dumb shit, bro. Tired of paying for doing dumb shit. About to touch this 1 minute gap here, and if we do, we better hold it. Gotta hold this 1 minute gap. Just so everybody can see and get a breath of what we're looking into. We actually already hit that 3 minute zone. I want to see us respect this 3 minute. Just dropping down to the lower time frame just to get a gist of what's going on. Obviously, the 15 minute doesn't give you the whole story. It prints too slow. But on the lower time frame, we're definitely expected to see a pullback here. I still think overall the draw is higher, and there are a couple things that I do understand. I do understand that I did say that we're gonna hold this trade whether it hits break even or I didn't say that shit actually. So it'd be very idiotic of me to assume that this trade is going to completely run 100% straight to our draw without any pullbacks. Now, that being said, we do have to continue to understand that we are down immensely, right? So when I say that we think the draw is up here, it doesn't mean I'm holding all the way to this draw, but just understand that it'd be idiotic of me not to take some sort of profit. So if it starts disrespecting bullish order flow, then that is where we will take our profit. Simple. And then our hard stop is about $130. So if we get down to that 130 mark, that's our hard stop, and we close our trade out, and we take a half loss for the day. Take a half loss for the day. Go ahead, book that half loss, and then continue on. From here on out, we're probably going to be risking like $100, $150 because we're in such drawdown. We'll probably just trade these accounts every day until, we have enough fucking money. But overall, they're definitely just done. The accounts are done. So, we have the opportunity to Um, we have the opportunity to, get a new stack, get a new alpha capital stack, TPT stack. I don't want top step, but something to get us something, preferably alpha futures. Um, but I have a trip coming up. So probably just trade the personal account the way it's supposed to be traded until then. And if we trade the personal account the way that we're supposed to have been trading this entire fucking time, I guarantee you I'm going to make money. So I guarantee I'm going to make money. No doubt in my brain that I'm going to make money. Yeah, so that's where we're at, boys. That's where we're at. Anybody that's been watching this, I got a comment the other day. I appreciate everything. I'm definitely going to, speed this up. So it's not just sitting here for, 45 minutes, but I might have to stop the recording. I don't know. You broke my heart. Let's just set a hard stop and then set a hard stop at about 134. So it's even 300s. And then even 300s. Come on, go down, bro. All right. We're going to set a hard stop, even 300s. And then we're probably just going to get stopped out, actually. We'll stop recording if we make new highs. But if we don't, just even 300s is our hard stop because we're in that 3-minute gap. Been pushing off this 3-minute gap for a little while. Definitely want to see us respect that. Because I'm sure, we have a 30-second or 1 minute or somewhere. You broke my heart. So if we make new highs, we'll just stop our recording. But if not, if we continue this downward volume, which it looks like we will, because I need water bad. So I need water and I need to get my first meal of the day in. It'd be hard trying to do this lean bulk, bro. I'm not hungry ever, and I have to just keep eating, bro. And I very much dislike it. I wish I could just cut. All I want to do is cut, but stop this recording. Somebody's about to knock on my door. You broke my heart. Give yourself an opportunity. Dug a bit into that 5-minute gap, so alright, we're getting taken out here.
Stop field.
Alright, so only down 2,500 for the day. Yeah, boys. This is bad. bad, man. This is real bad. Either way, we'll be back tomorrow.